There's a lot to do and see around San Diego, one of them being the Carlsbad Lagoon. We have Brian DeVore in the house with special guest from the Agua Hedionda Lagoon Foundation, CEO Lisa Rodman.
And he's back. Mr. Carlsbad is here.
Yes, how are you?
What's up, dude?
I'm doing good, how are you?
Doing good, I got glasses now.
I noticed that. It's very impressive, I like that a lot.
Just trying to be like you. Just trying to be like
that's
you.
okay.
So, the Carlsbad Lagoon.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever chatted about it before. Everyone knows it's there. Today, you wanted to bring Lisa on.
Yeah.
To talk about it.
Absolutely. So, so there's 3 lagoons in Carlsbad, and the one in the center is Agua Hedionda Lagoon. It's one of the more known areas of San Diego County. Lots going on there, a lot of good history, and there's a wonderful organization, the Foundation, which educates people about the lagoon, the history of the lagoon, and preserving the lagoon, which is very important to people who live in Carlsbad. So I wanted to have Lisa on. She's the president of the foundation to come talk about it.
Cool. So, Lisa, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
I'm not quite the president, though. I'm just the CEO. The president is Ian McDaniel.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. They rotate every 2 years. Okay. Fabulous board.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what is a lagoon, first of all? Like, people hear that word lagoon. What's a lagoon? What does that mean?
It's a body of water that is at the end of a watershed that is, ours, for instance, is brackish water. So that means that it's dredged and the ocean comes in and it meets a clear water stream. That's what a lagoon is.
That's a lagoon. Okay.
There you go.
So tell us a little bit about
It's an ecosystem.
It's an ecosystem in itself.
Yes.
Tell us about the sort of the history behind the Carlsbad Lagoon.
So what I can tell you is that in 1990 there were passionate people that wanted everybody to come and experience the lagoon. They also were seeing all the development around the lagoon, and they wanted to make sure that people still had access to it. So they formulated the foundation, and that was back in 1990. And it became most important when they were able to get the Discovery Center. And the Discovery Center was the educational piece that they were missing so that they could get their message out. And that came through the planned community of Aviara. When they finished the selling of the retail part, the lots, like underneath of our chandelier, lot 179, lot 170, you come in, you'd pick your lots out there. That building got repurposed. So we were the first sustainable effort that went on, right? We recycled our building from the developer. And it landed on this piece of dirt that the Kelly family gave us. And so they put it in 3 different segments and trucked it across Faraday. But it wasn't Faraday at the time. And there it sat, unused for about 5 years while they figured out funding and stuff like that. Their big claim to fame is the killing of Caulerpa taxifolia, which is a killer algae that threatened to close the lagoon. We're an active multi-use lagoon, different from our cousins to the right and the left of us, because we actually use our lagoon. We don't just preserve the lagoon. So that's the message that we try to get out all the time through our educational programs. And this Caulerpa taxifolia money was what started the educational program. I entered onto the scene 7 years ago, and we had 3 schools going there, just under 100 members, and a budget that was on a Word doc that was $90,000. And since then, through the effort of connecting up the community, because I'm not a scientist, you probably figured that out as soon as I answered the lagoon question, but I'm a community connector, we are now servicing 7,966 kids.
Wow.
Annually, right? Over 7 school districts, and actually an 8th one came on this year. So we have 523 members. I have to get that out because that's a proud number. We broke 500. We were
That's
really,
awesome.
yeah. And our budget's just about the $500,000 mark.
Congratulations, that's amazing. So the education for the kids and all the things that you're doing, I mean, what is it that you're mostly wanting to educate people about with regard to the lagoon? Is it the uses or the history, or what's most important for you guys?
So we go into 3 different programs, and we try to cover the history, which is super rich around the lagoon. I mean, it starts with the Liseños, which were the Native Americans that inhabited it. And then we talk about the watershed and the health of the watershed and the Rancho period of the lagoon, as well as the flora and fauna that make up all the ecosystem around there. So we have, we're home to the swallows that are known to be part of Capistrano. We have more, just about 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
The swallows of Carlsbad. I didn't know that even existed. Yeah, right.
So you have some upcoming events coming too, right?
We do. We have an inaugural event, the Paddle Regatta, and this is so that people can go on the lagoon, paddling around in any passive vehicle, and it's $45 to sign up, and you get a t-shirt. You'll go to 6 different spots around the lagoon, and there'll be eco messages that you'll get to learn about different parts of the lagoon. You get raffle tickets every time you go to one of the stops. If you go to all the stops, which would be about an hour and a half, you will get double the raffle tickets. And what do you do with them? You try to win the stand-up paddle board that was donated to us by Boardworks.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
With the paddle. That's an extra special
Is
bonus.
that something a lot
very
of people do in the lagoon? Is paddle boarding and stuff like that?
They do, yes. People have different ways to interact with the lagoon. We have birders that come in and just are doing that. Birders are people who look and hear birds and count them and experience the lagoon through that. And then we have an amazing active lagoon where people jet ski and water ski and fish and paddle and kayak. It's crazy
It's
on
amazing.
a
Jet ski, really?
Yeah.
Jet ski, yeah.
If you're ever driving on the 5 freeway, especially during the spring and summertime, during the day, you're driving up and down the coast and you see the jet skiers are out there, and
That's my lagoon.
that's that lagoon.
Okay.
And on the other side of the 5, they have a farm, a fish farm, where they're raising fish for food. And the desalinization plant, which was just built a couple years ago by Poseidon, is over there as well, servicing about 10% of San Diego's water source.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
How big is the lagoon?
400 acres.
It's a lot of water.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I just didn't realize
It's
it was
massive.
so big.
Yeah.
3
It goes pretty
separate
far
parts.
back.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So that's plenty of room to jet ski. there.
Exactly. Right. And do everything else at the same time.
And not run into it. I was thinking, it's like bumper cars, jet ski must be on this lagoon. No.
Yeah. Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
and I think it's important to, again, it's one of the prides of Carlsbad, I think, that that people need to know about as far as the history and preserving it, so that people can come for generations and enjoy the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And we're teaching the future lagoon stewards. That's our job up there. So we teach them about why it's important to access the lagoon. That's what the trails are about and why we're always trying to build trails. And also that the clean water is important to this whole ecosystem. So we do it in a balanced way. I mean, we're sitting there with a power plant and a desal plant and a sea bass hatchery and an aqua farm with jet skis and an educational piece. So we literally are a mini UN, and we sit there and try to stay balanced.
And that is the lagoon.
Exactly.
Carlsbad right there.
Right.
Thank you guys so much for coming in today.
Thank
Mr.
you.
DeVore, thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Oh,
All the great work you're
absolutely.
doing at the Carlsbad
Really
Lagoon.
appreciate it.
That's it for this edition of Smarter San Diego TV. Of course, this is where we make you smarter than everyone else, and we do it all commercial free. We'll see you next week, same time, same channel.